So far I've been telling you about all the things you can't have. You can't have this, you can't have that. So today I'm going to change a little tack and let's talk about something a little bit different. So, where are we so far? So far I've suggested that we avoid the following products in our diet. All animal and dairy products, refined foods like oils and sugars, and processed foods. And I've asked you to focus more on healthy food, whole grains, nuts, fruits, vegetables, seeds, pulses. But the question is, will such kind of a diet be deficient in any essential nutrients? Do we need to take any supplements? Let's look at it one by one. Proteins. As discussed in our video on animal products, once we have grown up, say age 18 or so, we only need protein for maintenance and repair. These needs, about 1 gram of protein per kilogram per day, can easily be met from plant sources. Nuts, beans, pulses, lentils, seeds are good sources. Calcium, number 2. As discussed in a video on calcium, there are enough and more good sources of calcium in a plant-based diet. These are adequate if we avoid the calcium thieves. High protein diet, smoking, lack of sunshine, exercise. Refer to the calcium video for more details. Vitamins and minerals. If we eat a varied diet, and that means including a variety of grains, pulses, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds and sprouts, we'll get all the vitamins and minerals we need. If we focus on a rainbow diet, which means eating regularly foods of different colors, greens, reds, yellows, oranges, blues, purples and so on, you'll be fine. You'll get everything you need. Now, that brings me to the two most important areas where most of us do need supplementation. One is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is a nutrient that helps keep the body's nerve and blood cells healthy and helps make DNA, which is the genetic material in all cells. Vitamin B12 also helps to prevent a certain kind of anemia that makes people tired and weak. The issue is vitamin B12 is synthesized only by certain bacteria and not by plants. This synthesized vitamin B12 is transferred to animals when they eat them and is accumulated in the animal tissues such as meat and given out in the milk. These bacteria are also there in the soil, so if you eat root vegetables like carrots and potatoes, etc., that are not properly washed and sanitized, and they have small microscopic soil particles attached to them, you may still get a vitamin B12 there. But I would not recommend this source. So, to cut a long story short, there are no reliable plant-based sources of vitamin B12. So, but instead of eating animal products which come with considerable health issues, I simply recommend you get your vitamin B12 levels tested. And if you're deficient, then just take an inexpensive supplement every day. Any dosage is okay since the body needs so little. The body's requirements of B12 are a minuscule 2.4 micrograms per day. That is 0.0000024 grams. And because your body can store B12 for several years, you will not know that you are deficient for a long time. And this can lead to complications like anemia, nerve damage and fatigue. So it's best not to take a chance. Pop a supplement if needed. And don't believe people who say that you can get your B12 from fermented foods, seaweed, brewer's yeast, etc. You can't. And by the way, this is not just a problem for people on a plant-based diet. Many meat eaters are deficient in B12 too. This is because they are unable to absorb the B12 from their intestines into the bloodstream. So even they need supplements. It's not just plant-based food eaters. Now, vitamin D. Vitamin D is another deficiency. It's another problem that affects both meat eaters and those on a plant-based diet. What is vitamin D? What does it do? It helps regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body. These nutrients are required to keep your bones, teeth and muscles healthy. A lack of vitamin D can lead to bone deformities such as rickets in children and bone pain in adults, and maybe osteoporosis later. Vitamin D does not occur naturally in foods. The way our body makes vitamin D is by exposure of the skin to sunshine. In the olden days, all of us used to work outdoors with minimal clothing, maybe just a t-shirt and shorts, and we're exposing ourselves to the sun for a long time. So vitamin D was never an issue. But these days, we are covered from head to toe. We live indoors, inside cars, schools, offices for most of the day. Consequently, we don't get enough sunshine and don't get enough vitamin D. So what about vitamin D? I would suggest trying to get a minimum of 20 minutes exposure per day on your face and hands, early morning or late evening when it's not too hot. And still get yourself tested regularly for vitamin D, maybe once in 6 months or once in a year. If you turn out to be deficient, you may need supplements or injections. Just follow the doctor's advice. To summarize, vitamin B12 and vitamin D deficiencies are common across populations, both meat eaters and those on a plant-based diet. So don't take a chance. Simply get yourself tested once a year and if required, supplement. It's inexpensive and safe if you take it as per the doctor's advice. Thank you.